You're retro trekking with the Caramel Apples podcast, the apple snack that brings you a retro vibe, both crunchy and sweet, with your hosts Kennedy Rizzo and Cooper Lee. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Uh, I. Okay, never mind. It's that one. Hold on. Of course, the first one I see is different. Hold on.
Okay.
Uh, nope. Dang. Oh my goodness. Maybe this one? Nope.
Well,
Okay. I can't believe there isn't one right here though. I know, right?
Yo.
All right. So,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, so we're crazy. We're laughing because there's all kinds of inside jokes right now. Um, we won't pile those on to you guys, but
Just know it's crazy. That's all you need to know.
caramel crazy. That's how we roll.
That's right. That's right.
But this is all excused because of what we're talking about this week.
Yes.
And we are still mind blown from what we got to experience yesterday.
Oh my goodness. Right.
Yeah.
Just so exciting. Like, literally, tell them what we're excited about.
Okay, so like we just experienced the total solar eclipse yesterday,
Yeah.
and like millions and millions of people all across the country. But it was amazing because at different spots, you know, you just don't know what the weather's going to be.
Right, right. And I think in one place in particular where it really first got started, I think it was kind of cloudy. There might have even been some rain.
Mm.
So hopefully, I never did hear if it cleared up for them, but it's like, oh no, today.
Well, Coop and I we do have a friend that's out on the West Coast, and she actually didn't say anything at first. And it's because their weather wasn't as ideal as where we are.
Yeah.
And I was like, so did you guys, what'd you think of the eclipse? Did you guys get to see it and all that? And they only had 24% view of it.
Okay, yeah, the partial. Yeah.
So it wasn't, she said it was cool. And, they got family here. So they were able to still see some of the amazing pictures that, we got here in our local area. Yeah. So our area, but like by the time you will hear us talking about this wonderful celestial phenomena, our archivers, it'll probably have been a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, but we were just so mind blown over it. We had to do an apple snack about it.
Yeah. Because we literally, have been talking about this for weeks. Not necessarily in the podcast, but, in our everyday life, we've
Mm-hmm.
been talking about this for weeks. We've been really excited about it coming. And it's moments and monumental things like this, absolute phenomena, like you said, that happen in your life. You're like, how do you not make a milestone somehow like this? I mean, and we're so happy that we have this outlet, that we can actually share it with our listeners around the world. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just It was something to see.
It was. So let's tell them a little bit about like some of the things that we appreciated about it.
Okay, sounds amazing. Um,
She's still starstruck, or is it sunstruck?
Sunstruck, which is a star, so we're good.
All works.
Right. Just the sheer utter power that you were able to witness with the naked eye at the totality of the darkness.
Hmm.
It was just, I remember it was like you go and you check, of course we had the special viewers, because obviously never look at the sun with your naked eye. Never, ever, 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 ever do that.
That's right. We had our glasses.
That's right. We had our special gear. So, you check and see, you'd feel all this excitement welling up inside you every time you would see that it moved a little more and it moved a little more. It's like, it is happening. I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Oh,
Just try and stop it, right? This is happening.
yeah. It literally looked like you could see it inching
Yes.
into position. And I mean, that was just, man, we were really mind blown.
Yeah. And taking pictures, right? Taking pictures of like how the sky looked, not necessarily of the sun at the time, but you take pictures of, because you could see how it was slowly getting darker, a little bit more shaded,
Uh huh.
like the sky was the perfect blue. Like we had zero clouds
Yep.
in the 70s. The day couldn't have been any better as far as being comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's noteworthy because it was in the 70s, like we mentioned, but you could feel the temperature drop. Right.
Yes, that was so creepy.
Yes, it was like that. It was things like you wouldn't have even thought of, like, oh, what just happened? He's like, oh
Yeah,
yes, this is happening. It was just something else. It was something else.
it was. And this is kind of cute because like our dada, he's older
Yes.
and he's fascinated by this kind of stuff. But with his life and everything, he can't always,
Right.
wrangle or grab hold of an opportunity to be able to enjoy like this. And we live pretty close, so we were like, hey, want to come out and check it out? We got his glasses for him, so he's safe. He comes out there and he's just like, hey, everybody, because my dad, he's just crazy, right?
Friendly to boot.
He is. So he sits down, he's all comfortable in his chair, he has glasses on. And we're just shooting questions at him, He's just kind of like, this and that, and he's like going up to Niagara Falls. And he was just going down the list because he's a brainiac like that.
Yes.
He looked like one of the three blind mice straight up.
With all these statistics.
Yes. And of course, our younger brother, his wife, and a good friend of theirs was there. And, they're just working and just marveling at everything getting dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like when it got close to, which it was a 311, I believe, like 311, as like it was completely covered. And we all shut up. We were all just like, our mouths were gaped open like, this is unreal. I cannot believe this is happening.
You know what? And I watched some news feeds later on, people talking about what the experience was like when like these really big gatherings of different places that people were, coming together to watch these viewing parties and stuff, like
Yeah.
hundreds of people, thousands of people.
Mm.
That's what they described, the hush. You heard the and it was just it was a quick
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Even, okay, so the people did, because we're all nosy like that. We want to see what's happening. But
Yeah.
it was interesting how the animals and birds and the wildlife it all was like for a few minutes, it all stopped, or
Yes.
very minimal. And it's
Yes.
like, that just shows that everything kind of um connects and identifies with what's going on in our earth, in the
Yeah.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, 316, about that,
Mm.
everything started inching away and getting lighter.
Yeah.
And it was nuts. I mean, it was just like, did we just experience that?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
had, like Coop said, it was the perfect weather. It was the perfect skate. Blue skies, no clouds. Like you couldn't miss it.
Right.
You had to try. Like where we were an ideal spot. Um, Coop and I are Gen X. So we actually do remember the last one in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
That was the year that Coop graduated from high school.
She definitely put me on last.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Our podcast is built on that. They already know.
She's gonna kill me later. I'm so sorry, Coop.
It's okay.
But it was the same way that time. It was very gray, kind of grainy out,
Mm.
and you felt it get cooler as it was trying to cover the sun. But we were kind of busy doing other stuff. Like it wasn't like this time where we had the glasses and trying to, find our spot and all that, which we were in the backyard, so it wasn't tough
Yeah.
to find.
I mean, at the time, we're teenagers, right? Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't, it should have had more of a profoundness
yeah.
than it did, but yes, go ahead.
But it did because Ricky Lake was on. So there you go. And I don't remember the show, but there was just some hot people, her panel, whoever she was interviewing for the show. I remember distinctly there was a cute panel of guys on there, and it was just kind of like, Ricky Lake rocks.
Was it her fireman calendar special?
I think so.
Ah.
I think so. So that was an awesome, memorable eclipse there in 1994 of May.
Yeah. So it's lovely to have the memories of these things. It's nice to be able to record it for posterity. We took pictures, we've got video, we shared it amongst friends. Um, they've there's been movies, TV shows that will like try to do it, and it even just watching it like in a movie is still very much like that is awe-inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
So you ratchet that up 100,000% to the reality of what just took place yesterday. The totality, it was there was like blue sparkles. It was like a blue sparkly ring around it when you're looking at it with your naked eye. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a red line that you could see. It was like real faint, but it was like a red line towards the bottom of the sun. And I guess they say that was like a solar flare.
Mm.
It's like, how are you could you imagine if you were out there in space? We were seeing that with our naked eye here. Can you imagine if you were anywhere near it? How powerful that is. And it's like a
Yeah,
thin line you can see here. Oh my goodness. Mind blowing. It was just quite the experience yesterday.
it was. And you just said, talk about Naked Eye. Remember that was a cool song back there. It was in the 90s or the early aughts. And my
Oh,
naked eye saw. I don't even know how it goes, but it was an awesome song.
I do not. You will have to catch me up on that.
Okay,
I
yes,
probably know it, but it's not ringing a bell just yet. Sorry.
it was a girl group or a girl female singer.
Oh, now I got to look that up. I got to know who
That's probably the
that
name of the jam too, so it might not be too terribly hard to
is.
stretch up.
Okay, cool. I'm sure it was a cool song.
But yeah, it was memorable too because again, that was back in '94. What, 20 years ago, 30 years ago?
30.
We probably won't see this. If we do, we're going to definitely be older.
Oh, yeah.
But that was nice because our dad, he's in his mid 80s, and
Mhm.
this is probably the last
Yeah.
time he'll experience something like that. He hangs in there, but he's not like super spry as he was.
Yeah. And he's a
But
total sky watcher. So this was right up his alley. Right up
yeah,
his alley.
it was nice that we got to actually enjoy the eclipse. Special people in our lives, special event, special times. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Total eclipses, solar eclipses rock.
And it'd be crazy too, because that song, Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh,
That was probably playing on the radio on in multiple places over and over again yesterday.
I saw it in
So,
social media, so yeah, you're right.
oh no, not a bit surprised at all. But yeah, it was just, if you ever have the opportunity to catch it, don't miss it if you can catch it. Just it's something to behold. From solar eclipse to indoor moon. Maybe like us, you're thinking space, deep space. And with May forthcoming next week, join us for some lightsaber action. And that's it for this week's Apple Snack. But as you know, there's always more where that came from. So stay tuned. Subscribe, give us a 5-star rating and review. And if this episode entertained you, please spread the word. See you next time in the Retro Orchard, and thanks so much for listening.